Ciao, buona domenica, everyone.
Anne-Marie, does shirt look familiar?
Brand new shirt.
Christmas present, like I promised I was going to wear it today. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Hi, guys.
Hope everyone is having a great day. It is Sunday. If you're watching this on another day, hope you're having a great day. Today is the festival of Santa Lucia from Siracusa.
Santa Lucia.
You know what, Santa Lucia? The name Lucia is actually light. Today starts, the Christmas period, and she is known for bringing light to people and also helping the poor, right? And she's also credited with what? Ending the famine in Palermo.
Well, she was a martyr during, I believe it was the Diocletian persecution, the Roman emperor. And the Romans had captive prisoners in the catacombs, as I recall. And she wore a wreath to get down to the catacombs, but she had candles stuck on the wreath.
Yeah.
So she can see her way so she can bring the food down. And then she was persecuted for that.
Well, she was also persecuted because she promised to give her entire dowry to the poor. And when someone heard about this, the Roman pagans said, no, we're going to talk to the authorities. And you know what happened? She was sentenced to a brothel, but of course she had nothing to do with it. And there she was tortured. Her eyes were taken out. And so now she's also the patron saint of eyes, of throat. She was stabbed.
Don't get any ideas there, bunch stuff. You're getting ideas over here already. But in the Duomo, the Piazza Duomo in Siracusa, the other church, not the Duomo. Santa Lucia,
chapel, yeah.
They have the Caravaggio painting of St. Lucy there, that they have professional guides to take people in there. And one time I was kind of like on the outside.
And you're not supposed to take a photograph.
Right. But I always take photographs. But I was mooching. I was listening to the spiel that he's giving me, giving the people on the beautiful Caravaggio over there. Mm. The guy talked for about an hour. And he was pointing out every single solitary thing on that beautiful picture.
All right. Should we say hello to Joe and Sue Azioni? Peter Scipiletti's here. And what is here? Did you hear about the shirt? Love the shirt.
Great shirt.
B and Dawn. Lori Lauer is here. Mark Hayhill from Connecticut. Karen Brumel. Peter Scapiletti says patron saint of where my family is from. Pat Galfano says patron of eyes and eye disease. Said that in the church last
That's Karen Patera.
And here's
She's a
Pat Galfano.
Pat Galfano, Hawaii.
The church, which church has her portrait? Where her statue is in the main cathedral. Yep. And so today across Siracusa, the province, they carry her statue around, right? With all her beautiful things. And typically what they eat, because in Sicily, when there's a festival, there's food involved. Arancini is one of them, right? And then the other one is the caccia.
Yeah.
And it's made with like boiled wheat or something like that.
Well, also panelle. Anything with like a wheat-based flour.
Okay, we have a lot to talk to you guys about. First and foremost, Panettone and also Pandoro. And then we have a special guest coming on. She is a University of Catania graduate. So should we start with the Panettone? Panettone. And you know why we wanted to talk to you guys.
I love Panettone.
But you know why we're talking about it is because I posted a picture of the Panettone, one of my favorites that I'm going to show you later. And everyone's abuzz by it. So we decided to talk to you about it. So here's the Panettone.
That's Malta.
Original.
Hold it in the middle. Malta, by the way, that brand is available in the United States. Malta is not a bad brand.
Yeah, people were asking, what are the brands?
Not a great brand.
What are the good brands? What are the good brands?
Tremaria.
Okay.
Tremaria. Tremaria. Try to get them if they're imported from where they're supposed to be imported from, which is usually Milano. What was the other one? Verona.
No, Verona is Pandoro.
Yeah, but they also make the panettone too. But Sicily has imported ones. Here's the thing: just make sure they weren't manufactured in Skowhegan, Maine, or Duluth, Minnesota, or a place like that. Will you please get a good imported panettone? What do we know about panettone? Anything?
Well, wait a second. First, the panettone has candied fruits and all types of things. Yeah, I love the panettone.
I love
And
panettone, but not the candied fruit one. I like the one with raisins. Raisins.
Well, they have raisins
toasted
in the morning. But you know
great.
what, folks?
It's really
even
tasty.
though the panettone and the pandora, they're more of a recent thing because they made it available to everyone. It was the nobility that ate this most of the time, and over the centuries they made it more available for others. But in fact, did you know that this type of a sweet cake has been around since the Roman era?
Of course. The panettone has got, in Italy, they don't do anything fancy dancy with it. They just eat it. The dough is triple with yeast, triple risen 3 times. So it's a very light dough. And they'll just grab a piece off and eat it with their espresso. But in the United States, what a lot of people do, including me, is I toast it with butter, A, or B, I'll make like a French toast out of it. I'll slice it and I'll make French toast out of it. B, or put even cream cheese on it. There's a million ways to eat it. And the thing is, don't eat more than like 3 panettones over Christmas season.
Well, we do
they're
have
addictive.
3.
They're addictive.
We do have 3 in the house. We've already gone through 2.
No.
All right, wait,
Andrew, they're very addictive. I have to say that. You
addictive.
dunk it in coffee, forget it.
But it's good because Alfred, they're only around in this period, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Starting at the end of November, now you go to the supermarkets and it's like heaps and heaps of different kinds of panettone. Now, panettone, there's 2 theories of where this name is from. Panettone, it came from big bread, or panette.
Or what's a guy by the name of Tony?
Tony, exactly. Okay, so here is.
Wait a minute. I want to say one other thing about the panettone. The other brand is Bioli, Bauli, in the States. Those are the 2 big ones that they're imported.
And
Tremaria, but there are also others. Just make sure that they're manufactured and imported from Italy, so you'll get something authentic.
So this is what I posted on You, Me, and Sicily Facebook, and I can't believe how many people commented about this. This is my favorite. I prefer to have it with the pistachio. They also have the lemon, the orange filling. Right now, it's like hazelnut,
vanilla
Nutella,
cream, ricotta. They have a ricotta cream that's not so bad, but honestly,
the classic.
You're not a purist if you have that stuff. It's okay. Sicily had to get into the act.
Okay, let's say hello to Maria, Buona Domenica.
Hi, Maria.
Good morning, Andrew Parisi from North Andover.
Hi, Andrew.
Jim Ingram says, place the slice under the broiled to toasted, add a scoop of vanilla ice cream, and then top it with amaretto.
James, good idea. Ooh.
Fred,
the fruit ones are good too.
Fred McNeil says, love the fruit one. Those are very good. Everyone loves your hat, by the way.
By the way, they're not like the English pound. What are those things that the English people give you?
Fruitcake.
Fruitcake. It's not a fruitcake. It's not a fruitcake. Those fruitcakes, it's like a McDonald's hamburger. You can put it on a shelf for 7 years and you could still eat it. These guys over here, they begin to get hard. So after about 3 months, that's about the shelf life.
Ed Mai says, Verde Siciliano, any good? It's my favorite.
Yeah, she likes it. I like it too.
All right,
here's what a Pandoro is.
Pandoro.
Why don't you show them the front, okay? The best one, in my opinion, is a Tremaria, Tremaria. It's also the most expensive. These typically they're made in Verona.
Yeah.
Pan means bread. Doro means gold. Bread of gold. Because if you look at the picture over there, it's made with eggs, and then on the top they give you a little packet of confectionery sugar. Roughly, it's in the universe of not a sponge, a sponge cake.
Yeah,
the cakes
I would say that.
Roughly in the universe. And that's another thing, you just cut by a slice, but other people toast it. Other people put jam, jellies, some type of, thing on top of it.
Yeah.
But before we get going.
But wait a second. Yeah. The Pandoro. By the way, there's stories out there that in Roman period, they served cakes with actual gold on it. How cool is that?
Hey, speaking about desserts that were just like unbelievable, my pal Anne Marie yesterday got me a bag of ginger snaps. Stouffer's ginger snaps. All right. She gave it to me as a present because you can't get that stuff in the markets over here.
That's all he's been talking about. Ginger snaps.
So last night I was in bed and I was saying, oh, you know what I really like with ginger snacks? I said, I like to put some applesauce on them. But you can't buy applesauce at a market here like you can in the States. So this morning I woke up, brushing my teeth, fumbling around for the coffee, and guess who made homemade applesauce for me, because of course she loves me. So I had ginger snaps,
done.
Applesauce, hot, freshly baked applesauce on top.
Alessandro Gennaro says Panettone is from Milan, Pandoro is from Verona,
That's
and
right.
Fiasconado with pistachio from Castelbuono in the province of Palermo. Very interesting.
Hey, I'll tell you about Castelbuono. My friend Manfredi Barbera Oil, he was working with a guy, I can't think of the guy's name. They developed actually a panettone not made with olive oil as the instead of butter or whatever, and it came from Castelbuono. Castelbuono was a killer place.
That's a beautiful hill town. We actually take people on our tours there. It's majestic and very medieval.
It's a corkscrew to get up there, that's for sure. The road goes like this.
Like many places.
And you would not believe the mushroom dishes at those places.
Oh, yeah.
That town knows how to cook.
And the meat.
Yep. Castelbuono
and there's a beautiful castle
town.
there, right? There's the Arab Norman castle.
Yep.
With
Beautiful castle.
With a gorgeous view of the valley. And also there's that beautiful chapel inside, which is one of the most breathtaking chapels, in my opinion.
Just don't go up to Castelbuono during a rainstorm, because that corkscrew road doesn't have any lights on it. And if your high beams aren't working, you're in big trouble. Let me tell you that much.
So you know what we did this week, you guys? We went up to Taormina for the first time since March. It was empty, but it was the most beautiful day. Mount Etna was covered in snow. The view of the Ionian Sea and Giardini Naxos were just great. And I did a little impromptu walking tour video. So if you haven't seen it, I'll leave that in the show notes. And also check it out on Yumi in Sicily. And also make sure you subscribe to this channel, right? So you get notifications every time we go live or every time we bring you a new episode, which, by the way, is coming this week. We have Termini Immerse coming.
You know, Esther, since you're giving commercial endorsements over here, let me just say this. The olive tree that we sell, or we don't sell, olivetreememorial.com. Is that the website?
Well, if they go to our website, yumiinsicily.com.
If you go to yumiinsicily.com, that's one of the best presents that you can give, and for in memorial somebody, or as an award for somebody, or for yourself. We have 2 locations. Where's the first location?
One of them is in Montedoro. The other one is Castellamare del Golfo.
Yep. And they get, one's a beautiful, beautiful grove. And I think this year we've sold like about 50 of them on our website.
I mean, it's a great present as a memorial. It's a great wedding. It's a great Christmas anniversary or anything. Because so if you get to plant a tree here, see it blossom, right?
What do they give you? What do they give you?
We get a certificate.
You get a certificate with the location of the tree, right?
Yes.
And then if you want to go there, can you go there and visit the tree?
Yes.
You can go there and visit the tree.
Okay, let's see here. Pat Galfano, have you been above Taormina to Castelmolo, the village up at
I bet you went to Bad Tarissi, right, Pat?
Fabulous location. You can walk up from Taormina from the Ancient Goat Trail. Yes, we've been there. That's quite a place. Nella Messina says hello. Linda Dinotto, happy Sunday from Toronto. Wow, we've got people from all over the place.
I'm waiting for my friend from Scotland to chime in.
Fred McNeil has been here.
Hey, Fred, how you doing in Scotland today? Huh?
He says my friend Antonio is from Castelbuono.
Castelbuono is a great town, believe me. I'm telling you that right now.
What else do you want to talk about before we have Juliana on? Which, by the way, stay tuned because we have a recent graduate from the University of Catania who will be short.
Well, the reason we asked Juliana, I'm not going to do the intro because S is going to do it, but here in Italy, higher education doesn't cost nearly as much, peanuts, than it is in the States. I mean, if you wanted to go to a private school, that's a different story, but the public universities are, relatively inexpensive. The University of Catania, I'm very proud to say, is a great school. They have a great law school. They have a great medical school. Our friend Professor Rosario Faraci does a good job in the business school. They do internet incubation. And the kids, these kids go to school to learn. That's the one thing. They're all dedicated kids because it's an exam school. To get into any one of these, Palermo, University of Palermo, Messina, etc., you take a test. And we were driving by last summer. Do you remember, Esther? When we were driving, we were going to Catania one day. And there was a long line going into, I don't know what the hell it was. And it was the seniors from high school waiting to take the examination. So it's a great, you would be very proud of the educational system in Sicily, in my view.
Okay, so we're going to have Juliana on right now. She can unmute herself. Juliana Guzzetta.
Hello.
Ciao.
Hello, and good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon. If you have any questions for Juliana, make sure you leave it in the comment. Juliana has graduated from the University of Catania in 3 languages, everyone. 3 languages.
English, Spanish, and Arabic.
English, Spanish, and Arabic. And she just graduated a couple weeks ago. So auguri, auguri, auguri.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about the education system after high school. And you had to graduate twice from the University of Catania.
Yes, in my university career, I have studied 3 languages, but we can choose among a lot of languages. For example, Arabic, English, Spanish, French, German, Russian. And I have decided to study these 3 languages because English, as we know, is very important to speak with everyone in our world. Spanish because it is my first passion, and Arabic because Arabic is a language that allows me to enter in an unknown world. And so I had the curiosity to know this world very, very far from us. And so I think that the language and languages in general can help us to know new realities. The education system, and especially the university in Italy, I think that it is very good because through it we can learn a lot. But I think we have only one problem, that is that the university focuses in Italy especially on theory and not so much on practice. So I think that we need to make more practice and to be more accustomed for the job, for the working world. And so, but it is very, very important because I think that the university here in Italy, through it, we can, I, for example, studied subjects that don't belong directly to the world of foreign languages, like, for example, economy and law. But we can learn a lot even outside the world we have chosen.
How expensive is the University of Catania? How much does it cost to go to school there?
It depends on your economic situation. I, for example, I have won 3 times the scholarship, so it helped me a lot for to pay the university. If you are good and if you have a particular economic status, you can receive some helps from the university system. But I think that it isn't so expensive. And the problem is that many students decide to stay or to lose their times in the university for too much time. So it depends on you and on your way you can go. You can go. You can continue and you go avanti. Go.
Go ahead.
Go
Avanti.
ahead. Go ahead.
So Juliana, so with these three languages, what types of opportunities, what types of work opportunities are there here in Sicily for someone like you?
Sicily, like we know, is a place where tourism is one of the main activity. So, for example, with the study of foreign languages, we can work in the tourism, or we can work in the airport. The airport of Catania, especially of Catania, but also the airport of Palermo are very important here in the island. But we can work, for example, also in some agencies or in some big factories where they need to communicate they need to communicate abroad with other realities. So we are identify myself like, for example, a way. An instrument to link different words, to link different people.
She is, Juliana is the nicest woman. I swear to God, she's like my daughter. I love her. She comes over here all the time. She's a great friend with Esther. And you talk about the modern Sicilian woman, you happen to be looking at one. These aren't the women that 40 years ago had the burqa on and covered up. This woman is highly intelligent, and all her circle of friends that we've gotten to know too, they're just all beautiful people.
Our friend Marta from Enna is here. You're right. Education in Sicily is great. I've studied in Enna at Core University, another great one. We had a wonderful relationship with the teachers, with the rest of the students. Yeah. I'd love to hear that.
Yep. Juliana, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for your time, and we'll have you on. I just want to ask you one more question.
Yeah.
Pandoro or panettone?
For me, panettone. Panettone.
Okay.
Tutte, huh?
Okay.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank you, Juliana.
Kisses.
Okay.
Ciao.
You
okay. So did you enjoy that? Wait, I want to ask our audience if they enjoyed this type of an interview, because maybe we'll have Juliana on again, or have some other people. If you want to hear more about education or anything else.
Listen.
Joe Etzioni just made a good point.
Why is
That's why the Sicilian Project is so important to Sicily.
Yeah.
Now, some people may not know about the Sicilian Project.
Well, we did a bit on it. The Sicilian Project is a nonprofit that we started about 8 years ago that opens the door to teach English to youngsters so they can develop English, because the English teaching here isn't very skillful outside of the major urban areas. So we've educated for free 1,200 kids so far in camps and informal classes.
In fact, Juliana was one of our teachers, remember?
That's right. Juliana helped you over here in this one up here, right?
In Valverde, yeah.
In Valverde, yeah.
I mean, up the street.
Catania, yeah. So it's important because Italy lags behind the rest of the EU because not too many people speak English, unfortunately. So in the international markets, they get blown away. They're like Portugal and Spain and Greece. It doesn't work for them. If it did, it could be a different story. But I wanted to make one point about the educational system here that I know is that it's the unions have a stranglehold on it. It's very difficult to do anything foresightful, so to speak, okay, without the unions giving its blessing. So say, for example, Alfred Zappala, came up with a cure for COVID. And I wanted to teach in the science department how to make COVID. before they would hire me, even though I'm an internationally known COVID, whatever you call it, they would have to offer that job to every other professor in the science department. Can you remember? Know that? And the other thing is nepotism. There's a lot of nepotism in the Italian systems. So while it's flawed, you have to understand that what the good thing about the Italian educational system is the raw material, the students.
Yes.
They're
absolutely.
dedicated and they're loyal. And I for one,
and they're curious, like Juliana, very curious. I mean, think about the type of mentality that she wants to study Arabic so she can learn about another world. That to me is priceless. You don't get that
I'll
all the way.
learning Hungarian if that's what you're trying to say.
Okay, I want to read a couple of these. Vivian is here late, but here. Always good to see you. Pat Calfano, a great interview, and it debunks the stereotypes debunks the stereotypes of Sicilians and shows the real Sicilian in the 21st century. Juliana, hope you find a job that keeps you in Sicily. Auguri. Agree.
Could I make a comment?
Yes, of course.
Listen, that's the biggest problem there is. There's a critical brain drain going on.
Yeah.
Because these kids are graduating from universities here, and there aren't any jobs for them. So the first thing that they do, and they need to have money, they need to have careers. So the first thing that they do is they push out from Sicily, and they go up north. And if they can't find a job out north, then they go to another EU country. What's happening with Sicily, and this is why the Sicilian Project got started actually, is it's becoming a country of the very old and the very young, and that critical mass that's necessary, okay, the brain trust, so to speak, those kids, they can't find jobs.
They go to Germany, believe me, they go to England, a lot of them. But I find a lot of them, Alfred, after a period of time, they come back.
They have to come back.
They miss Sicily.
Right.
I've seen it time and time again that these guys go out of the country to find jobs. They make money, but something isn't right. Either Mama Etna's calling them back, the food's calling them back, but they end up coming back.
What would you rather do? Tell me. Would you rather eat, porridge in England over Christmas or some nice Italian delicacy? Please, don't even give me that.
So let me tell you guys what we've been doing. Jim Ingram says, as a board member of the Sicilian Project,
yes,
I want to encourage all to consider donating to this project. So what we've been doing, by the way, since we can't hold classes, is that we have been donating to some charities, some churches across the island. We have one in Catania, one in Enna, one in Bagheria, one in Isola della Femmina. And especially now in this period, where the need is so great. We've been so happy and proud to be able to donate money during this period.
We are a 501c3 tax exempt, officially legit nonprofit. If you're an American, you go to our website, www.thesicilianproject.com.
I'll leave a link down below.
There's a donate button. And if you're an American paying taxes, that whatever donation you give will be 100% tax deductible. Right now, we're trying to raise our last $1,000 for our Christmas giving. So that's it.
I want to know what you guys want us to talk about. We're going to be here for a few more minutes.
I want to ask a question. Yes. Okay. Have you considered yet having some type of a Christmas show?
Yes.
Oh, we're going to have a Christmas show?
What do you guys think? What do you think? 24th, 25th?
I'd say the 24th. The 24th is Christmas Eve day for the people in the East.
Yeah.
So like at 10 o'clock in the morning, that'll be on what is that, Wednesday, right? It'll be Wednesday the 23rd. We could have Christmas Eve breakfast with you guys and talk, just talk about other stuff.
So let us know if you guys would want to come.
You know what we're researching right now, which has been fascinating for us? The nativity scenes. And yesterday we went up and we went up to, where did we go yesterday? We went to Santa Lucia up by Nicolosi, and I was zooming by a church in Padada. You would not believe the nativity scene. Essa was like,
stop the car!
I couldn't stop because I was halfway past it and it's one lane.
You don't know how many times with this one I have to say, stop the car, I have to take a picture, stop the car, I have to do a video.
That's okay that you do that because that's what we do. But I think that myself, the nativity scenes in Sicily need a special study. I think the people would be really shocked
And some of those nativity scenes are up all year, like the one in Taormina. When you go up to the Porta Catania, on the right there's a chapel. That nativity scene is up there all the time. There's some in Caltagirone that are up all year. Also in Sicily, inside the church, they're up all the
Did I tell the group the story about Massimo bringing us over the Christmas, the nativity scene? My law partner Massimo, quickly. This is a cool story. I was in the States. He was here. He was coming over on business. I says, Massimo, do me a favor. I want you to get me a nice nativity scene to put underneath, my Christmas tree over here. Because, in America, most of the stuff is, PRC. It's all made in other countries. So Massimo comes over. He keeps the nativity scene on his lap the whole way so it doesn't break. He gets there and open the box. Made in China. It's the same one. I could have bought it at Walmart.
Right? It's the effort.
20 years now, I've been breaking his chops about that.
All right. That? Carmen Termini says, Giusto, the food, LOL. It's true. Lori Ciro, interesting information on Santa Lucia. Today's my birthday. Auguri.
Hey, the 13th. Today the 13th?
Today's December 13th.
Today's the 13th.
Festa de Santa Lucia. Foods of Christmas show video, please.
Ooh,
okay,
that's a good idea.
And Ortolaza, I'm just on and would love to donate. Thank you, Esther, for adding the information. That sounds great. Good. TheSicilianProject.com, but I'll add that in the show notes.
There is no seven feasts. There isn't no seven fishes over here.
Wait, let me finish. Interview Massimo. Ooh. Well, that's a good idea. Marta says, Christmas show, great, good vibes. Okay, so there you go.
There is no Feast of the Seven Fishes in Sicily. That's basically a creation of New York, New Jersey, Italian immigrants. There's, over here, what do they have on Friday? What do they have on?
Well, on Christmas Eve, because most of the people go to midnight mass, they'll have scacciata. Is actually something they'll have. They'll have a little scacciata, which is the meat pie.
Yeah.
And then on Christmas Day, they have a Christmas lunch. When we go to
fish, do they have fish?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, it's a fish.
So
but it's not seven fishes.
No, it's not seven fishes. No. What traditionally, like last year, we went out with our groups during Christmas and we ate bacala. You ate, I think you had bacala or stoku, and you had some kind of a lamb, I think. So those are.
She even remembers what I eat. It's unbelievable. And if I have a little bit extra on my plate, believe me, I hear about it. That's for sure. I want to say one thing to you. What we don't talk about, we have a couple more minutes, right?
Yeah.
Listen, just for you folks in the States, okay? We have been praying for you. We've been praying for your safety. We've been praying for our families, my kids. I love my kids. She loves her parents. I mean, her mom and her siblings. We're praying for you so that you get out of this plague safe and sound. It seems to us that we're on the back end of it now. It looks like we've hit our plateau and the numbers go down. But where we're broadcasting from today is our back terrace facing the Ionian Sea. Believe me when I tell you, we don't leave unless we absolutely have to. Yesterday, going up to Taormina and Lucia, we absolutely had to do that. But we haven't gone out to dinner for 8, 9 months.
Yeah, but it's been fun cooking.
It's been it has been.
What Christmas traditions do you miss in the United States? That's a good question.
I used to go out for Chinese food with my pals. No, I'm serious. The Chinese food here is bad, okay? So, I mean, that's one thing I miss. And, the Italian bakery stuff there, like in my neck of the woods, and you have Tripoli Bakery, you have Piero's Bakery. Joey does a great job, and Paul, because I like their stuff. Borelli's, I'm sure you guys have, they have different stuff. Their platters, there's no such thing as a holiday platter with, the ham and the salami here.
Yeah.
Okay. So those things are.
You missed that?
Huh?
You missed that?
Well, yeah, I do.
I have to say that here it is an extremely religious period, right?
Correct. Yes, it is religious.
The decorations all over, you're driving around, there's beautiful lights out, Buona Festa. So for me, I love that. I don't know if there's something specifically in the United States that I miss, except for for
Family,
many,
except for family.
obviously
Friends and
family,
family,
but some of the backyards or front yards, excuse me, that were so brightly decorated. You know, there's a few times in when we were in New Hampshire, when we rented a place in New Hampshire, you would drive and the entire front yard had Christmas decorations, extremely bright Christmas decorations, including Santa on the sleigh and the gifts, you know. So that a little bit, because you don't see that here.
What I don't miss is simple.
See that.
I don't miss that idiot, the elf on the shelf. That's number one. There's no such elf on the shelf over here. Because if he's on the shelf here, they'd break him in half. Number one. Number two, the crass commercialism that's in the United States, okay, where it's plastered practically from right after Halloween, right? The sales and stuff. There's no big, huge lines like there used to be in the States, Best Buy, you know, people fighting and stuff. You don't have anything over here. As a matter of fact, gift giving is not nearly like the United States. If you give one small present, you know, unless you're opulently rich, but over here you give somebody a Panettone and Pandoro, or maybe you buy them a shirt. You're not going to give kids 28,412.
You know why?
Either.
Because then the Befana comes and she gives gifts again.
Yeah, but when the Befana comes, she gives a few coins and she gives them a little bit of money.
Some gifts. Okay, on my visit to Sicily, my cousin in Mileto showed me how to make schiacciata, just like my grandmother and you. I will make it Christmas Eve. I did an entire episode on how to make schiacciata. If
it's
you go
right
to
our,
on our YouTube channel, so make sure you check that out.
I want to say hi to Joe Ascione. Joe Ascione and his wife Sue, they've been friends of ours from the beginning, okay? No matter what we've asked him and his wife to do in terms of donating to support the Sicilian Project or our GoFundMe thing, Joe has always been there, okay?
And Sue.
And Susan too.
And Jermaine and Vivian.
Right, if you cut Joe's heart open, though, it's pulsing Sicily. Because he's dying right now that he can't be here.
A lot of people are.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that are just like ripping their hair out because they can't get here. But I want you to know something. We're here, and it's going to pass. This is going to pass.
This should tell.
And we'll have a good time. Well, I am predicting that next year, second half of the year, we're going to be able to.
I thought we were out of the business of predictions. I went out of the business in predictions.
We're going to have We're going to have tourism.
Let me just tell you guys. So I don't know if you guys know about this, but we have our You, Me, and Sicily Facebook page, and I created another one, News from Sicily and Italy, where I post all the numbers for you guys and also any updates. So, for instance, the first quarantine COVID-free flight came from New York last week. So they just started. So I post a lot of that on News from Sicily and Italy. Yeah. Ann Ortoloza says, by the way, the stream is crisp and clear today. Yay! Thank you. We need the prayers in the U.S. Wait a second. I want to respond to Ann. Wait a second. There was something. Go ahead and respond. I got to look.
And listen, okay. The problem is that in our neck of the woods here, they're transforming from going internet by the telephone to fiber optics. And right now, our line in our house, this whole area is cut. So we've been relying on our hotspots, which work pretty good so long as the weather is good. A couple of weeks ago, the weather was pouring rain here and windy and stuff.
It seems like every Sunday there's wind.
But today, finally, this is the first day where it's been kind of clear, so the reception's okay. But as soon as we get fiber optics here, we'll be able to post video. So say, for example, when Juliana was on and she had a video or a picture and stuff, we can, we'll be able to post that. This is going to be a good platform. Give us a couple of months so we work the kinks out. Yeah. I mean, right now you have to deal with me and beautiful Esther, but you still have to deal with me in any case.
All right. You are correct. Too commercialized here. Kids are not aware of the true Christmas meaning. Mila Toles, ciao. I love that channel. Thank you so much. Should we wrap it up?
I just want to give one last suggestion.
Wait a sec. I want to show you guys our view real quick. Don't go anywhere yet. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. There you go, folks. This is our view, the Ionian Sea. See that palm tree right there? That's due to cut down this week, so we'll have an even better view. So that's the view over here. I'm going to turn it back around so we can say goodbye.
Wait a minute. I wanted to say one thing.
Okay, go ahead.
I forgot what I was going to say.
All right,
Joe,
everyone.
Jim, Viv,
Vivid.
everybody.
And,
We're so
wait a
appreciative.
sec. We have Andrew here.
Andrew,
Pat is here.
Pat,
Marta,
Maria,
Fred. And a
Jan,
special
Fred.
thanks to Juliana for coming on as our special guest. Leave us a comment what topics you want to hear more about. And subscribe to this channel.
Peace.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Arrivederci.